All right, this is going to be section number 3, which is coordinate graphing. Couple of things to remember when you graph. You move along your x-axis first and then your y-axis second. So the question says 4 points are graphed in the coordinate plane. Is the ordered pair 5 divided by 2, comma 3 one of the points? So the first thing I want to do is figure out what is 5 divided by 2. So 5 divided by 2, numerator inside, can go 2 times decimal 0, 5, and that's going to end. So 5 divided by 2 is actually 2.5. That's your x-axis. Just remember, this is your x and your y. So I'm going to move along my x starting at the origin, and I'm going to go 2.5 spaces. So 1, 2.5, and then I'm going to go up 3 because positives go up. 1, 2, 3, and it's going to land right there. So is that ordered pair one of the points? No, it is not. And a couple other things to remember also, this could be good to put on your note card, that this is quadrant number 1 over here, and we're going to go around like this. So I see 4. And so that's kind of a way to remember it. This is quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and quadrant 4. I see 4. All right, number 2 says Kyle was at the library, so he's right here. He walked 1 block west and 2 blocks south. If each unit represents a block, to which house did Kyle walk? So we're walking 1 block west. Here's west right here. So he's walking 1 block west and 2 blocks south. South is going down. 1, 2. He ended up at Grace's house. He went to Grace's house. All right, on the back. Question C3 says, on the coordinate plane, draw a rectangle WXYZ and the vertices, here they are. So we're going to plot the 4th point on the grid to create the rectangle, and then we're going to say what it would be. So I'm going to start with W here. And remember, move along your X first and then your Y. Negatives go over here and positives go over here. So we go to -2, 1, 2, and then up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's going to be my first point, which is W. The next coordinate here, X, is going to be -2. So I start at 0, 0, and I go 1, 2 to the negative side and up 3. 1, 2, 3, and this here is going to be the X value. Back at 0, 0. Now I'm positive 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and up 3. 1, 2, 3. So right there is Y. And then now I've got to figure out Z. So if I was to connect these dots, so yeah, you guys can see that. I need that point to hit right here, right here. That's got to be my Z. Make sure I label it. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I moved over 4 to the right, which is positive, and then up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it went up, so it's positive. So Z would be 4, 5. Don't forget to label your points. Sam plots S on the grid to represent the stadium. He plots another point the same distance from the y-axis as X, but on the opposite side. He labels this point L to represent the library. Write the ordered pair in which L is located. What is the distance between the library and the stadium if the grid represents 5 miles? Each unit. So when I go here, that's 5 miles, 10 miles, 15 miles. So we want the same distance away from Y. Well, here's Y. And I am 1, 2, 3, 4 away from Y. So I go right here, and I go 1, 2, 3, 4, which is this point right here, which is the library L. Don't forget to label. Okay, so it's the same distance from the y-axis as S. Now, we have to figure out what point that is. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going up 1, 2, 3. Now, the distance is 5 miles per unit. So the distance between the library and the stadium, I'm going from here to here. So let's see how many that's going to be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I went 8 units, and each one is 5 miles. And so 8 times 5 is 40. So that's going to be 40 miles. 40 miles away. All right, next question here, problem number 5. Write the ordered pair that represents the following points, and then we're going to tell where it lands. So remember, this is quadrant 1. I see 4. So 2 and 3. So if your teacher wants you to actually write the Roman numerals, then you can write it that way. I'm going to put 1, 2, 3, 4 just to kind of save time. Not that much time, but anyway. We're going to look at point E first, which is right here. Now, if I look, that's in quadrant 4, so I'm going to throw a 4 on there, right there. Now, I start at the origin, and I'm going to move over to the right first. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's my first one. 1, 2, 3. So 4, 3. And that's actually down 3, so don't forget your negative there. I almost forgot it, but I caught myself. So remember, if you go down, it's negative, up is positive, right is positive, left is negative. So now I'm looking for F. F is down here in quadrant 3, and I'm going to the negative side. So I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So negative 5. And now I'm going down, which is also negative. I'm going to throw that there so I don't forget. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's my ordered pair. Now G lands in 2. So G's in 2. I'm going to the negative side again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up 1. So negative 4 and 1. Don't forget those negative signs. Now I, here's I. And so I is in quadrant number 1. And I'm going to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's positive. I'm going up. 1, 2. And 4, 2. Now, if it lands either on this axis or this axis, that's what you want to put. So for example, if I ask for H, H lands on this axis. So we would say it would be on the x-axis. If it's on the line, put on the line. If it lands on the y-axis, we would say y-axis. Okay, make sure you ask your teacher if you have any questions before the test. Good luck.